Baby diaper lover community, and I told them that I sometimes wear a diaper to embed myself. So, yeah, it's called ABDL.
Can we get all house answers?
Adult baby diaper lover, yeah. You know what's the fucked up shit? Is like they have this So that community technically falls under the age play umbrella. And like, I guess like most adult babies have like a terrible childhood, so they want to relive it. It's like a weird sense of role play, trauma therapy, so I'm not hating on them, but it is weird, especially when they're shitting themselves in public. I pretended that I was a bedwetter to accommodate them for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Any comment? I haven't lived in the South in like a year and a half, but yeah, I used to spend most of my time in New Orleans and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, generally, yeah, but it's like, part of the issue of covering shit in the Deep South is like, the West Coast and East Coast issues have more like media coverage. So it's like, yeah, I could go right now and cover the Jackson, Mississippi water crisis, which is, worse than Flint. But it's like, the tough thing is like, as journalists, you like halfway follow the news cycle, and you also halfway make the news cycle. So you gotta make that choice of like, do I pursue what's cracking right now, or do I try to bring an issue to the forefront? It's a tough problem. Because obviously the culture war that's being promoted by mainstream media right now is like the most popular. So the most lucrative move as a journalist would be like to find like a super transphobe, and then find like a super heavy like pro-abortion person, and like put them in crossfire together. That's what they're doing at CNN and Fox. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think that I've made a generalization about Florida.
But like being highlighting.
I mean, I have a lot of love for Florida. Yeah, for sure. When I was a kid, I used to live in a trailer park in a city called Jensen Beach, Florida. Yeah, I mean, I got mad love for Florida. I just think the Florida man, particularly like the Juggalo adaptation of that, is like super palatable. But like, I hope that I don't seem like I come off like I don't respect or love Florida, because I do. Oh, for sure. And even the first Channel 5 video we filmed was in Miami Beach for spring break. Yeah, but I don't want to like make the Florida man too much of a thing, So, over here. You know what's crazy is like every meeting someone's asking me Alex Jones smells like. He smells amazing. Like he's like a super like manicured individual.
Still talk to him?
No, he doesn't like me anymore.
I wonder why.
So you guys seen the Alex Jones interview, right? There's that like little scene where after our main interview, he's like has a hot mic on. And he's like, "You guys liking it? Do I sound good? Fucking killing those kids." He called me and he's like, "How dare you fucking use the hot mic on me?" He's like, "How would you feel if I came to your house and put a hot mic on you when you were taking a piss and sold the audio of you taking a piss on Patreon? Fuck you, you globalist." No, I don't have people signing these forms. Because certain states are like one party and two party filming consent, and Texas is one party. So, I mean, that's like the Eric Andre show. They film all the studio interviews in LA, because it's a two party state. So if you're being filmed, you have to sign off too. But New York is one, so you can film anybody in public in New York. So they film all the pranks for Eric Andre's show in New York City. That's why John Wilson's show How To was like filmed in New York. Yeah. Just pick a state with lax filming laws if you want to make a show. Over here?
So you're from Washington. You ever been to Border Fair?
From downtown Seattle. I'm honestly not too familiar. Can you fill me in a little bit about that?
It's the Okanagan Family Fair.
Cool.
It's in Tenaska, Washington, just north of Bellingham.
Border Fair!
We're on the east side.
Yeah, see.
My personal favorite place on earth. Go every
Just
year.
got high for the first time there.
You smoked weed for the first time there recently?
I had a dramatic acid trip there.
You had a traumatic acid trip there?
It's an amazing place, and I think you love it. I think it's really
Yeah. In a weird way, like I kind of left. You know, I spent my whole life in Seattle, like in the city. So I like moved away when I was 18, just to like experience different shit. So Washington for me is the least explored state, which is weird because there's a lot to see. I feel like I haven't explored too much in my backyard that much.
I think if you did something with your channel on it,
Yeah.
you run into so many wacky individuals. You love it.
You've achieved a lot of success as a really young man, and I wonder how you're going to navigate not selling out too hard. Because I see what you do is like really important and unique, and as you get more money, more offers are going to come in, you know, like kind of stuff. Like, are you willing to swear that you're never going to sell out, or are you all about selling?
I will tell you right now, Channel 5 will always be independent, forever. I've gotten insane offers. Like if I showed you the offers, like, you know, ridiculous amounts of money that would like put me in a castle with my family for the rest of my life, but it's not worth it to me. It's not worth it. Like, yeah, thank you. I mean, I'll do shit like, obviously the movie's produced by HBO and A24, so I'll concede to like little. No, I'm saying I fuck with it. Like for little like side projects, I'll definitely work with big studios. But for the core Channel 5 shit, it's gotta just be Patreon funded only. I'm down, man, but it's like, you know, I wouldn't talk about this in the public Q&A, but like my A24 movie, they pushed it back 8 months to promote Macbeth starring Denzel Washington. So it's like, no, but that's the type of shit that you deal with behind closed doors when you want to like, you know, work at the studio. You don't get to like, you know, cover a news event and post it on YouTube the next morning. Get that instant gratification of the news cycle. You have to like, you know, yeah, it sucks, but you have to like work with those people to break past the idea of a YouTuber or something. You know?
What was your favorite place down in New Orleans?
Well, I used to live on Bourbon Street. I was a doorman in a strip club and a restaurant. So,
Which one?
I worked at Bourbon House and Rick's Cabaret. Yeah. No, I love the whole thing. It's one of the greatest cities in the world. So,
Been to the state before?
yeah, I'm in the San Logar district. So, yeah.
I'm asking this on behalf of my autistic brother. He wants to know if you are on the autism spectrum.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's go!
My grandma loves
So
it.
he'll be excited to hear that. He was like sitting there telling me like, oh, this is like the autism spectrum. Like I relate to him so much.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I feel like I'm able to connect with like everybody in a more superficial sense.
Yeah.
Not to say that I'm lying, but like I can mirror people's behaviors and attitudes.
Less emotion.
When it comes to personal connection, it's pretty hard for me.
Yeah. My mom just got married to the state from Iowa, and she's known him for 30 days. And she's moving to Iowa in like a week. So,
What city in Iowa she moved to?
like Des Moines or something.
It could be worse. She could be in Iowa City or Britt or Alpine. There's worse cities to move to in Iowa.
Okay, so is it like, do you have any advice to people from Iowa?
I mean, you know, Des Moines is like the metropolitan city within
Okay,
Iowa.
so I'm
So.
from like Vancouver, Canada. So I
BC?
don't know like anything from Iowa.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, it's good. A lot of potatoes. It's fun.
Okay, I
You should go to they have a hobo convention, like Stick and Middle Hobo, like old school 1920s post-depression work seekers and vagabonds. They have their annual conference in Britt, Iowa. So there's shit to see. But,
Okay, so I
yeah.
should go there for that.
I wouldn't discourage the marriage, but yeah.
Okay.
So,
On leftovers, you recently mentioned not wanting to manifest negativity or doing it as little as possible. Do you have any other like similar pearls of wisdom? Because I love that shit.
I mean, the main thing is if you do something successful, it's your own idea. Like a bunch of people are gonna copy and bite your format, so it's very easy to get in your feelings about like, you know, who's the originator. But all that shit makes you look super washed. So just generally like put positivity into the world and just don't be an asshole when people start copying your shit. It's tough, especially like when it's like blatant and they use your formula for bad, like side talk in New York. But you know, it's alright. Oh yeah, another piece of advice is like don't be afraid to fail a bunch of times. I feel like no one will ever know like all the projects that I experimented with that like never gained any traction. Like before my first project, Quarter Confessions, there was like 6 failures that no one ever will know about. So like my mom and friends who were like, "Good job, Andrew. Good to see you doing something." So just like keep failing until something sticks, I would say. In the back.
What up?
What up?
So you went to journalism school,
I did.
and we're here in Western. They have a fire journalism school as well. Do you think school is necessary, or should we just get on the streets and
I
do
mean,
it?
if you have the motivation to like cover shit as a journalist by yourself, definitely do that. But to me, like the shit that I was into when I was 18, being a graffiti writer, being a rapper, hitchhiking, the structure of a school like provided me like everything I needed to break out of that mold. And I think like part of even going to school is like being independent for the first time, having to wake up for a class and study for an exam. That's the type of shit that gives you structure to like live a normal human life, not be a degenerate. So in a sense, like yeah, obviously I disagree with like most journalism curriculums because they are training you to be a newspaper reporter or a local meteorologist. But like shit, if you got tuition paid, go to school for sure.
What if you don't?
If you don't have tuition paid, drop out.
Then what do we do?
If you have tuition paid, do that shit. But like, if you're gonna live in debt for the rest of your life getting a communications degree at Western, don't do it.
Not fucked up.
Do you miss being anonymous, or do you like being?
You know, what's sad is like, you know, part of the reason I took this job in the first place is I love hitchhiking and being like a random person and just being like a observer in the lives of others. But I realized that I was super good at it, so I traded in the thing that I loved the most, which is being anonymous for a career in gonzo journalism. But I like to think that sacrificing that was worth it for the greater good, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely do miss just